Welcome to Preps This Week on BocoPreps.com. I'm Brian Howell from the Longmont Times-Call. He's Chris Shelton from the Boulder Daily Camera. And Chris, let's start off by congratulating Silver Creek Golf. It's been about a week almost since they won the state title, but congratulate Silver Creek for winning the state championship in boys golf. And boy, I mean, it was something that we kind of knew all year that they had a shot at doing.
Yeah, exactly. And for the to have that kind of showing and to win the first one is probably the toughest. And so.
Yeah, they're going to be back next year. I mean, they return almost the entire team next year, so it's going to be fun to watch them again next year. All right, let's get into some things that are still going on. Some tennis this week. It's a huge week for tennis. Doesn't get any bigger, really. So you got the state tournaments. And talk about 5A real quick. Boulder, Fairview going down, and they're expected to do pretty well. Yeah,
I mean, they're sending each school is sending their entire team to state, and it's they're competitive and deep enough that they could compete for a state title against Cherry Creek. It just kind of depends on how things go, and if they catch a break here and there. Like I said, that they're competitive enough and deep enough, so it'll be kind of exciting. They've had a good season, so
we'll look forward to seeing how well they do. And in 4A, got kind of the same scenario. I mean, a couple local teams are sending their whole squads as well. Niwot and Alexander Dawson. Niwot, two defending individual champions in Michael O.J. and Harrison Lang at the top single spots. And, with them leading the way and the entire team there, they've got a shot to maybe bring home the 4A crown. But again, they've got to go through a powerhouse with, Cheyenne Mountain and Kent Denver and teams like that.
Yeah, they must have a lot of confidence, though, because everybody won their regional titles, won singles all the way down to 4 doubles.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that for Niwot. I mean, they're going in very confident. There's another local team going in confident as well, isn't there?
Dawson, I mean, they get to send the entire team to state. This is probably the best team they've had in over a decade.
Yeah.
So I know they're really excited about that. I think they went 11-1 this year, and they're doing really well.
Yeah, they only lost to Colorado Academy, which that was pretty much a duel in the regional finals, them and Colorado Academy. So it's about the only team they haven't been able to get through this year. But check the website obviously for coverage of both of those tournaments. On to softball. Regionals are this week. Because of the weather last week, the brackets were postponed. They're not going to be out until Tuesday, so don't really know what's going on yet. But we do expect Silver Creek to host a regional, maybe at Garden Acres Park in Longmont, because they're the league champion in the Northern Conference, and of course Erie, the defending state champion.
Yeah.
They look to defend that title. A little down this year.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. For the first time since I've been here in 7 years, it'll be interesting to see. There's a little bit of worry whether Erie can get through this first weekend.
Right. I mean, just a little bit less experienced squad than in the years past?
Yeah, a very young squad, and I mean, they were so good last year. With Mariah Bledsoe, pitcher, and all those other seniors. I mean, they only returned, I think, 2 girls from last year's squad, and actually, this is the first time since '99 they didn't win the league championship. So, it tells you what kind of youth they have here. But for as young as they are, amazing that they finished second in the league. So we'll see how well they do this week.
I would never count them out, though.
No. But if Bob Bledsoe's coaching, I'm not counting them out.
Right.
So another big thing coming up this week, cross country, league championships in a lot of different leagues. So check out the website for coverage of that as well. Boys soccer, a couple of things going on. Boulder's got a big one on Tuesday night.
Yeah, they just need to keep winning because only the top 7 teams in the Front Range League advance, and they're kind of down around 5th or 6th, and so they just need to keep winning. And when you're playing kind of a rival like Monarch, you got to be on top of your game and be ready. So.
Yeah, this is a game they need to win. I mean, it's a team that's below them in the standings. They got to beat them. They got to try to beat some people ahead of them, but they need the ones below them.
And Monarch's going to come out gunning for them because they want to beat Boulder because
it's Boulder, right? And another local team, Broomfield. They're kind of cruising along in the 4A Northern Conference, but they've got a couple games this week and still a date with Niwot, which is not going to be easy.
Yeah, the 4A kind of has been interesting there, that league, I guess, because Broomfield, of course, is the team to beat. But I thought Niwot was going to be right up there with them, and actually Silver Creek seems to have crept in and they're in second place right now. Yeah,
actually, I had a chance to go see Silver Creek against Niwot last week, and Silver Creek beat them. Silver Creek, exceeding expectations this year. I mean, they did not win very many games last year, but they've got a new coach and a lot of confidence, and they're doing very well. And as long as they don't stumble, they're going to finish second in the league and probably Niwot third.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of a role reversal there a little bit between Silver Creek and Niwot, but Niwot's still got some time, and all 3 of those teams we mentioned are very good, and they're going to do some things in the playoffs. And then last thing. Volleyball, they're kind of in the meat of their regular season. Still got a couple weeks left, but a big one on Tuesday night in the 4A Northern with Silver Creek and Longmont. I mean, as we talked about when they played earlier this year, I mean, 2 of the better teams in 4A. Longmont got them last time in Silver Creek's gym, and this time it's in Longmont's gym. So, Longmont, of course, needs to keep winning to keep that league title. I mean, they're in first place right now.
Yeah, we were talking about how Boulder needs to keep winning in boys soccer. They play in volleyball. Boulder and Monarch play this week as well. And in Monarch, they kind of need to keep winning too.
Yeah,
they're at the top of the standings, and Boulder's probably going to be geared up for them, and they need to watch out for that.
We'll check out the coverage of those games and many others on BocoPreps.com. And also, don't forget to vote on the game of the week. Let us know which game you'd like to see featured. And thanks. Check us out later on this week for our football show, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.
See you.